Yo, what is going on, guys? Solar Gaming here, and today is the day I post the video all my friends have been waiting for and want me to make. If you don't know what I'm talking about, read the title, Why Destiny 2 is Dead. The main reasons why Destiny 2 is dead. Guys, this is going to be a long video. Get some popcorn, get a drink, sit down, eat some snacks. It's going to be a long video, but we're going to bring up a lot of interesting facts. And just hold the anger, hold the revolt, guys. If you still like D2, I'm not going to argue with you, okay? In no way am I hating Destiny 2. I'm not hating the people at Bungie. I just want them to make the game better. So don't think that I'm trying to, completely discard Destiny 2. Anyways, guys, let's get on with this. Alright, so my number one reason, the end game feels broken. Okay, what do I mean by this? Well, as most of us are, and I am, are power level 305. Power is the stat accrued by all your weapons and armor components averaged out. Though once you hit 305, the weekly reset brings everything that is worthless to us, meaning the Nightfall, the loot you get from there, completely worthless. The vendor's loot, the stock base, which is only about 280, correct me if I'm wrong, 290, 280, that's all completely worthless as well, because all your armor is about 300 and above. Okay. Now, what's the problem with this? Well, if you look at Destiny 1, and you look at Year 1, the power level / light level, which I think was a better term for it, Destiny 1, because, we are in the future, and the game is actually based off light anyways. The power level, light level was about 34, 32, correct me if I'm wrong. But what that meant was it actually really did matter what light you were if you were going into a raid or something, because depending on the light you were actually showed if you were more powerful or more weak, meaning the incentive to get to a higher light was much higher. Now, your haters are saying, well, that's the same thing in Destiny 2. No, it's not. No, it is not. If you take a 285, guys, and you put him in the Leviathan raid, and you put a 305 in the Leviathan raid, they are both going to die at the same time. Okay? Now, I know you guys might argue with that, but it's the truth. You really can't argue against it. It's just facts. If you were to compare that against D1, the difference between 29 light and 34 is massive compared to this game. Okay? Another problem. The exotic, useless. The exotics in Destiny 2 are completely useless, man, compared to D1. In Destiny 1, almost every single exotic had a use, and you used it for something, and it was unique in that particular area. In Destiny 2, we see all these exotics, and they look kind of bland. When we're using them, we don't feel as special as we did using the exotics in Destiny 1. Why is this? Well, in Destiny 1, the exotics we used all had perks that actually mattered, and they all did damage that mattered. The incentive to use those guns in Destiny 1 was much greater. We look at Galahorn. It was broken. It did insane damage to bosses. Is that a bad thing? Ask yourself, is a gun being broken a bad thing? See, when we hear the term broken, we think, oh, that's bad. It's broken. It's destroyed. No, people. Unbalanced. Broken. Those things we need in games to succeed, okay? If something is broken, it gives a player incentive to use it. He likes using that gun. He has fun playing with that gun in the game. Now, a lot of you are saying, well, guns like this break Crucible, Hawkmoon, Thorn, Last Word. Guys, Year 1, Year 2, those were the best Crucible years of our life. Look at Year 3. When things became balanced, shit hit the fan. Clever Dragon, Matador, people started using cheesy things and started using the same thing over and over again. In Destiny 1, Hawkmoon, Thorn, Red Death, Suros, Vex Mythoclast, we can go on and on and on, guys. Think about it. There were so many viable guns to use. And yes, there were some guns that did better in certain areas, but that's what they're supposed to do. Okay? That's what they are supposed to do. Hawkmoon, Two-shotting, those are moments players need in games. They need those moments. I will forever remember when I two-shot someone with Hawkman the first time. Unbelievable moment. If we look at Destiny 2 and we look at the exotics, there is no incentive at all. When we use Cold Heart, when we use Wardcliff Coil, I'm naming the best ones right now, guys. Can you honestly compare those to the best exotics in D1? The swords, Galahorn, Thorn, Icebreaker. It's a no match, guys. It's a no-brainer. Okay. Now, that's another reason I wanted to get to, talking about the incentive to play the raid. We need to talk about the raid. This raid, guys, is completely mind-boggling bad. Now, a lot of you are saying, well, you got to give it time. No, I don't. Guys, if we look at this raid and we compare it to Vault of Glass when the games first came out, it's a no-brainer which one kills. Vault of Glass destroys this raid 100 times over. And why is that? This game's graphics are much better. This game's mechanics are much better. Well, that's the problem, guys. We don't need mechanics in raids. We want to kill shit. That's how Destiny is. We want to kill shit with our exotics. Well, in this game, exotics really don't mean shit. Already brought that up. But if we look at the Leviathan raid, it looks like we're constantly going through a cycle of mechanics. It looks like we're running through fucking pipes. It looks like we're jumping on pillars. We're shooting signs. We're rotating different rocks and shit. It's just really stressful. Why? What happened to the days where we could just step on 3 plates, kill some ads, some knights came out, and then we did damage on a boss, aka War Priest. A perfect boss fight, in my opinion. Golgoroth, probably the best boss fight, in my opinion, of all time. Other people disagree. They have different boss fights. That's completely fine. That's another thing. Incentive for different players for different bosses. Okay? That doesn't happen in here. When I play this raid, guys, I don't feel any incentive to play it at all. The first 2 weeks this came out, I did not have fun playing this game. Maybe the first time I played the raid, I had some incentive to play it just because I wanted the gear and loot, I guess. But even then, I ended up dismantling it because the vendor weapons were better. Like, I don't understand this, you guys. I really don't. One of my friends, I'm not going to state his name, in the past week told me to wait. He told me to wait for the DLC. Because, obviously, Destiny 1 did get better when the DLCs came out. AKA, The Dark Below, House of Wolves, Taken King, you get it. We don't talk about Rise of Iron. But, here's the problem with that. Destiny 1 and its vanilla lasted a lot longer than Destiny 2's did already. And a lot of you might not realize that, but Destiny 2 has already died off way quicker than Destiny 1 did. Destiny 1's players stayed for quite a bit longer than Destiny 2's already during vanilla launch. Even though we didn't have hard mode as fast as we do now, we didn't need it. The exotics were enough. The incentive to play it was enough. What Bungie doesn't get is they're putting out more and more events that don't mean shit to us when really they need to be focusing on things that do mean shit to us. I would rather wait an extra month and have them put out an event that actually had the incentive to play it. But, of course, Bungie's not going to do that for some odd reason. The other problem, the color scheme. The color scheme is a big, big issue, guys, and I can't stress this enough. Me and my friend have been talking about the color scheme for quite some time now, and we both agree, this is a different friend, by the way, we both agree that the color scheme is fucked over. And what I mean by this, guys, is not the graphics. The graphics, of course, look better than Destiny 1. We're not going to argue about that. Of course they're better. It's a new game, new launch. They had time to edit this. The graphics are dark and gloomy, guys. I don't know if a lot of you realize that or looked at it, but when we think of Destiny, we think of this, futuristic light game. Look at Fortnite, for example. It's a cartoonish type game, and it's got all these light, bright colors in it, and it kind of clicks. Colors really do matter, guys, and I can't stress that enough. We look at Destiny 1, it had bright colors, explosions everywhere. with this game, when I'm playing it and I'm sitting in orbit, I just feel really unhappy and bland. And I'm sure a lot of you guys can relate to this, and that's why, guys, the color scheme is just not there. It's a whole mixture of things, really. I quite don't understand it, guys. I really do not understand it. Alright, guys, another huge problem. There is no new enemy types. Let's give a moment of silence. Alright, we ready? Yes, guys, we waited 2 years for this game, and they put no new enemy types out. You guys are going to say wait for the DLC. Of course, that's the answer to everything, but guys, no. There's no excuse for this. No new enemy types? And we've waited for this for 2 years? Like, come on, Bungie, what are you guys doing over there? There's so many unique things you can make with this damn game. I'm sorry I'm getting pissed, guys, but it's the truth. They can make so many damn unique things. Look at what we're fighting. We're fighting the same shit. The same cabal with shields, the phalanx, the minotaurs, the scions. It's getting so repetitive. I don't understand why they stick to it. Why would they do that if their number one DLC was the one that introduced a new enemy? The Taken. It was literally their best hitter. It made Destiny into what it is today, guys. If it weren't for Taken King, a lot of us probably wouldn't be here right now in the state that we are. Taken King has brought us a long way, and I get that's probably why a lot of you are on the DLC side of things, saying wait for the DLC. I understand that. But you got to understand my point of view from this, that Destiny 1's ability to launch a DLC like that was there. Destiny 2 is not there, guys. With the color scheme and the maneuvering, how the guns are, the incentive for the guns, it's just not there. And I don't think a DLC can fix that. Okay? A DLC can fix a lot of things, but almost rewriting the game is the only solution here if we really wanted to fix it. I mean, think about it. We are way too far in the dust to be fixing things here in a span of one DLC. Another thing, guys. 75% of the worlds suck ass. Let me tell you why. Let's look at them. We got Titan. We got the EDZ, IO, and Nessus. Okay? EDZ is the only really acceptable one. It's a rather sizable expanse. But Titan is nothing more than a handful of small oil rigs, and IO and Nessus almost feel like a constant orbiting back to get those public events. It's a mess, guys. And let's not count out that doing those public events earns you almost nothing now. I mean, you're doing them to get these exotics that don't even mean anything to you because you're never going to use those exotics because the incentive to use them is not there. Do you understand what I'm saying? You're going for something that you want that you're not going to use. You, right now, are farming public events because you want an exotic that you're going to decrypt from the cryptarch. He's going to give you something that you wanted because you did not have it, whether that be hard light, whether that be sweet business, whether that be some warlock boots, some titan chests, some armor gauntlets. Guys, at the end of the day, they're useless. You are not going to use them. You're not going to need to use them. You're going to say, well, I could use them in the raid. The warlock boots help with the skulls outside. Yes, they do, guys. They help with the skulls outside so you can defeat Emperor Callus. And then get what? More loot you don't need. Do you see the cycle? You see the cycle. You're getting things to use to get more things you don't want to use. That's the biggest issue with this game, guys, and nobody can see it. Well, now I've just brought you to the realization of it.